Kia here, and this video is about awareness and what's happening. I am an African American female. I live in Ohio, and I'm being stalked. So I went to the Columbus Police Department for direction and guidance on what to do next, my next steps. So I walked up to the front desk. He asked me why I was there. I told him. He asked for my ID. I waited for him to run my name. He sat me in a chair in the lobby. He ran my name and he came back. He gave me back my ID and he told me to tell my story. He tried to be as empathetic as possible. We were in the lobby, so I didn't feel comfortable, but this is where we at, so okay. I was given a card and told to call that number and use the QR code for resources. So after they gave me the card, he told me I had a bench warrant for a seatbelt ticket that I thought I had paid. So he ran it again just to be sure, and I just literally looked up at the sky and said, "This is my life." I completely understand, it was a ticket. Okay. He told me I had to be arrested and I had to be taken over in a cruiser to the cashier. They explained to me the process and what was going to happen, and that I had to be arrested. So, okay. I mean, that's where we at. So I put my hand behind my back like he told me to, and I felt this pinching pain, and I kept saying, "Ow, ow, ow, you're pinching me." A female officer came to help him cuff me, I guess. They were saying, "I'm not even barely touching you." And I'm like, "Look at my finger, it's red." And he pinched it. I'm scared. I never been arrested before. So now you're hurting me and you don't believe me and I'm scared. So after they cuffed the other hand, I was moved and I was searched. I'm terrified. And I'm like, I'm not resisting. And they searched me. And they searched my stuff. So you have to be transferred over in a cruiser. So they sat me again in the lobby. So until somebody came to transfer me over to the city hall, to the cashier. The second set of officers came up, and you have to be transferred in handcuffs, which I understand, safety. You never know who's going to try and hit you or something. So I moved where they told me to, and she told me to keep my hands together. So I did, like I thought. And in my head, I'm thinking my hands are cuffed, they are all together, and I'm keeping them together as much as possible with my pinky out, and she's rubbing up against my pinky. So I'm inadvertently flinching and moving, and I'm telling her, "You're hurting me. Like, you're rubbing up against my pinky that's already hurt, and the cuffs are too tight." So she keeps telling me to be still. She's barely touching me, and then I'm yelled at to interlock my fingers. That clicked, made sense. So I'm like, okay, makes sense, got it. I'm literally checking things off on the list in my head. And I'm like, what's next? And I look over and she says, "We're done." I just put my head down. I knew nothing I said. So I had surgery in July on my toes, and I have an ankle injury. So I have an unsteady gait. And the way she was leading me, it was really fast for me. So when we got to the elevator, I said, "Please remember I'm handicapped." And she said, "I'm not. I'm just guiding you, ma'am." "I'm just guiding you, ma'am." So I put my head down again, And I get in the elevator. When we went down, they did ask me if I wanted to go to the hospital for my finger. I said no, I just wanted to get this process over with. So I get to City Hall. We go in. We are at the cashier, and they're taking the cuffs off. And when they're going to say, he took the first cuff off me, and when he went to take the second cuff off me, I flinched and I was grabbing for my hand because it was digging into my skin, and I went to reach for it, and she said, "Ma'am," and then she cut off when she saw my wrist. To not be believed so many times. I understand the process. I also understand if I had to pay that ticket, it wouldn't have happened. But that doesn't account for how I was treated. I was there for a seatbelt ticket. To be taken to City Hall to pay a ticket. I don't believe all police are bad at all. I just want better. Everyone matters. As an African American female, I just want to matter, especially in Ohio. We got a lot of investigation discovery shows, and I understand why. After that experience, I don't even want to ask for help anymore. And this is not for likes or shares. This is honestly so we all get better. Because I don't think I'm better than anybody else. But that whole process, it should have gone a lot better. And I take full accountability for my part. But it doesn't account for how I was treated at all. So, can we please do better? And we all matter. Kia the Jim. I still have my joy. I do. It's gonna be okay. Stay blessed.